is News 3 Now at 10.
Thanks for joining us tonight. After being forced to take the first few weeks off because of COVID, the Badgers are back in action.
And it was a chance at redemption, taking on the Fighting Illini, who beat the Badgers last year in a major upset. We have team coverage tonight. Sports director Zach Hanley with an update on the game that is just about to wrap up. And Adam Duxter talking with people on campus about this unusual start to the season at Camp Randall. We're going to start with Zach in the studio.
Well, the last redshirt freshman quarterback to start at Wisconsin was Brooks Bollinger. He turned out all right. Now, the new number 5, Graham Mertz, if he can play anything like the old number 5, Badger's going to be okay this year. Mertz was, in a word, perfect in the first half, but let's start with that defense. Garrett ran, going to pop the ball out, and Noah Burks dives on it. We're going the other way, and that would lead to this. Mertz to Mason Stockey. Badgers go up 7-0, and the Kansas Cannon threw 4 touchdowns in the first half and started the game with 17 straight completions, which tied a school record. This one winding down in the fourth, Badgers up 42-7.
All right, Zach, thank you very much. Great start for Mertz. Now, Madison Police, the local health department, had other things on their minds. They were out tonight enforcing the gathering limits. Adam Duxter joins us now with how bars and restaurants in the area are celebrating safely tonight. Adam?
Well, headed in tonight's game, it was hard to tell who was the most excited, the fans, the team, or the bars and restaurants along Regent Street that have been counting on takeout and delivery to pay the bills over the last few months. And while it's not what anyone is used to this year, everyone we talked to today say they're just glad football's back.
It's a year unlike any other for bar managers like Lucas Simon Wambach.
It's been a roller coaster, but I mean, definitely very different from years past as far as the planning goes.
The Scotty Bar GM has pushed takeout the last 7 months, but today is Badger game day.
It's been something marked on our calendar that we're looking forward to.
But unlike in years past, it's not standing room only. Scotty Bar still has to limit indoor capacity to 25%, just 40 people. And everyone's got to make a reservation. People in here tonight paying $25 for a seat at the bar and $80 for a table. They say it's worth it.
It's a little weird. I really wish I could actually go to the game, but we're having a great time here. It was either go to bars or go to like some party, and we decided on bars.
And those who couldn't get a spot inside still had a chance to watch from outdoors at both Scotty Bar and Jordan's Big Ten.
I just wanted to go out on a Friday night, maybe enjoy it like a normal Friday night instead of all this COVID stuff.
Even if it means dealing with temps in the high 30s.
We're loving it. It's just put on some more layers and you're good.
The drinking helps with the cold, but I layered up and called it good.
The bars say they're committed to sanitizing and social distancing. While it's not the crowds they'd like to see, they're hoping the Badger spirit can raise their spirits and help financially in a year that's hit like a blitz you just don't see coming.
This is a good time for businesses across the city and really across the state. Kind of that light at the end of the tunnel that we've been looking for, where we can get a little bit of boost in sales after all these tough times we've been through.
And one of the main differences about going out this year is you'll have to make a reservation. And Scotty Bar says they're using an app to make sure everyone that's inside is supposed to be there. And Simon Wambach says after tonight, he and his staff will regroup, figure out what worked, figure out what didn't before heading into week 2.
And here is a live look downtown right now. It wasn't the greatest night for a football game. The rain held off, though, and it was cold out there, though. Let's go to meteorologist Dana Fulton now with a look at our first warn forecast. Hi, Dana.
Hey, anyone who was trying to watch outside at all probably needed a layer or two. It's just a little chilly, but it certainly feels a little more like football weather. Thankfully, things have stayed dry as we look at our Doppler tracker for the last several hours. The same could not have been said about this morning. In the last 48 hours, we've picked up quite a bit of rainfall. The main band between Madison and the Dells stretching through northern Grant County up towards Manitowoc. Some areas picking up almost 5 inches of accumulation. The official total in Monroe just shy of 2 inches. Lone Rock about 4.53, and in Madison just under 3 inches. So a very soggy 48 hours, and we're going to enjoy, thankfully, tomorrow a dry day, though it's still going to be chilly outside. Today we saw highs in the middle 40s. Tomorrow will be closer to 40 degrees, so still well below average, and those overnight lows tonight will be dropping to the upper 20s. So very chilly start to our Saturday, and the chilly weather will stick with us. And a few more snow and rain chances might develop as well, but we'll take a closer look at your full 10-day in just a few minutes. Charlotte.
New tonight, authorities say a U.S. Navy plane crashed in southern Alabama, hitting a house that also caught fire. It happened in the city of Foley. The Navy says a trading aircraft crashed around 5 o'clock. The crew did not survive this crash, but no one on the ground was injured. There is an active investigation as to what caused this crash. A man whose arrest triggered protest here in Madison will plead guilty to extorting a local business. Devonair Johnson has agreed to plead guilty to one of 2 extortion charges in exchange for federal prosecutors dropping the other charge. Investigators allege he threatened the owners of 2 Madison businesses in June, demanding money from one and free food and beer from the other. He said if they didn't comply, he would have protesters destroy the establishments.
We're getting another update tonight about early voting in Madison. Of the more than 110,000 absentee ballots issued, more than 89,000 of them have been returned now. And in the first 4 days of in-person absentee early voting, more than 8,800 people have cast their ballots in the city. Now, President Trump making at least 2 more visits to Wisconsin before Election Day. The campaign announcing this afternoon the president will hold a rally next Tuesday. It'll be at Motorsports Management Company. That's at the La Crosse Fairground Speedway in West Salem. Doors for that event open at 1 p.m. The president expected at 4. And tomorrow, the president traveling to Waukesha for a rally there. That campaign event at Stein Aircraft Services. That's at the Waukesha County Airport. Doors will open at 4 p.m. The president expected to arrive at 7. And tonight, we are learning the president originally wanted to host this rally tomorrow at General Mitchell International Airport in Milwaukee, but that request was denied. The airport says such an event would be in violation of its policy and the city's ban on large public gatherings.
More than 55 million people watched the final presidential debate between President Trump and Joe Biden last night. That's according to preliminary Nielsen ratings. The number is down about 11% from the preliminary viewership from the first debate. With over a week to go, both presidential candidates are making their final case to voters. President Trump is fighting for the senior vote in Florida in his 15th visit to the state this year, while Joe Biden continues to slam the president's pandemic response. Deborah Alfarone reports.
President Trump led a Friday night rally in Pensacola, Florida, a crucial state in his bid for re-election.
If you want your children to grow up in a free nation where they can speak their minds, practice their religion, and live by their values, then you must defeat sleepy Joe Biden and the radical left.
The president made his 4th visit in the past month to the Sunshine State, the day after his Nashville debate with Democratic nominee Joe Biden. And polls show the race in Florida now appears to be a toss-up. In the afternoon, the president railed against Biden while seeking the votes of seniors at the village's retirement community.
You know, he leaves his house this morning, gets up, and I'm going to talk about it. All he talks about is COVID, 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 because they want to scare people, and we've done so well with it.
In his home state of Delaware, the former vice president delivered remarks on President Trump's COVID response.
It was as if he decided to go on offense for the virus, holding rallies with no masks. He just wants us to grow numb and resigned to the horrors of this death toll and the pain it's causing so many Americans.
And singer Lizzo campaigned for the Biden-Harris ticket in the Detroit area. Former President Barack Obama plans to visit Miami, Florida Saturday to rally support for his former VP. The Trump campaign is seizing on debate comments Biden made about the oil industry.
Have a transition from the oil industry, yes.
Turning the moment into an ad in Pennsylvania, an oil-producing swing state. Biden clarified he wants to end federal subsidies, not the oil industry itself. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
Some 53 million Americans have already cast their votes.
Another twist in the ongoing legal battle over capacity limits in Wisconsin. Today, a state appeals court ruled 2-1 to once again block Governor Evers' mandate limiting bars, restaurants, stores, and other gathering spots to 25% capacity. The court said the plaintiffs in the case have, quote, shown sufficient likelihood of success on the merits of an appeal. And there were nearly 4,900 new cases confirmed in Wisconsin over just the past 24 hours. Department of Health Services says more than 180 more patients have now been hospitalized. There were at least 42 additional deaths over the last 24 hours. For the first time since the pandemic hit our state, more than 100 people are in Dane County Hospital COVID units. Unity Point Health Meriter Hospital currently has 9 COVID patients in intensive care and 30 total. St. Mary's with about 30, and UW Hospital caring for 40 patients. 30% of them are in intensive care. 5 of them are children.
A second patient has been admitted to the alternate care facility at the State Fairgrounds in West Dallas. The CEO of the facility says they've also gotten the green light to administer remdesivir, something she calls a game changer. However, earlier this week, officials with the Wisconsin Hospital Association say it has been challenging to find patients willing to go to the West Dallas facility. And part of that is because this model of care is so new.
None of us have been through a pandemic. And presenting the option of going to an alternate care facility to a patient is a brand new patient care model. It's not their neighborhood hospital that they're used to going to.
That is why they're having ongoing conversations with patients and families to familiarize them with the ACF, which is staffed with licensed healthcare professionals. Today, a second patient was admitted there.
The White House coronavirus response coordinator back in Madison today, but the state in a very different position than when she visited this summer. Dr. Deborah Burke says one thing Wisconsin is doing right is on our college campuses, and that's what we need to learn from.
What do I mean? There's very little infection of the students because they're constantly finding those cases early and isolating them for 10 days, and that prevents community spread.
Now, she says she was happy to learn college students went back to school, saying that although there was a large spike when they returned, without that, we wouldn't have been able to learn what works. Drug maker AstraZeneca will resume the trial of its experimental coronavirus vaccine in the U.S., which has been on hold since last month. That includes the trials at UW Health and the UW School of Medicine and Public Health. The FDA authorized the restart yesterday after reviewing all of the global safety data and concluding it was safe to resume. The trial had already resumed in other countries. It had been paused after a trial participant in Britain developed a neurological condition.
Nearly 8 months into the pandemic, COVID-19 has claimed over 1.1 million lives worldwide, more than 223,000 of them right here in the U.S. Yesterday, more than 71,000 new infections were reported in the U.S. It was the fourth highest total since the pandemic began. A new study shows wearing masks could save thousands of U.S. lives. According to the modeling study out of the University of Washington, as of September 21st, only about 49% of U.S. residents reported they always wear a mask in public. The study suggests that if that number of mask wearers went up to 95%, more than 100,000 lives could be saved through February.
So this might sound a little odd, but there might just be a connection between stopping the spread of COVID-19 and Swiss cheese, a new image going around from the Cleveland Clinic that compares the two. Relying on one thing to protect yourself from COVID-19 has holes, like Swiss cheese. But local health experts say when you combine multiple layers of prevention or slices of cheese, those holes are covered and there's a less likely chance for a virus to slip through.
Everyone can relate to the food of our people. Talking about infection prevention and reducing the spread of COVID, we've been on this subject for months, and it can be a little tiring and a little exhausting. So it's a little refreshing to come up with new ways to explain older messages.
Again, multiple strategies are key to providing stronger protection against exposure to COVID-19.
Still to come tonight, your first WARN forecast from Dana Fulton. She'll tell us if this chilly weather will continue into the weekend, plus an update on the Badgers, taking home their first win of the season. Stay with us.
Get the lowest prices of the season at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Find a huge selection of clearance and floor sample appliances at savings the competition can't match. Plus, no interest financing for up to 18 months and quick delivery on in-stock items. Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
There is only one America. No Democratic rivers. No Republican mountains. Just this great land. And all that's possible on it, with a fresh start. Cures we can find, futures we can shape, work to reward, dignity to protect. There is so much we can do if we choose to take on problems and not each other, and choose a president who brings out our best. Joe Biden doesn't need everyone in this country to always agree. Just to agree, we all love this country. And go from there.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Wild thing.
You know what I think? I think you owe us $48.50. Wild thing.
If you ride, you get it. GEICO Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Election season is here. Remember, who you vote for is secret, but whether you vote is public information. Your friends, family, and neighbors can look up your voting record. This year, whether by mail, early, or on November 3rd, be sure to make a plan to vote. And after the election, your voting record will be updated based on your participation on November 3rd. So vote on or by November 3rd.
It's the Quick Ship Mattress Sale of the Season at Ashley Home Store. Get your best night's sleep faster than any other store in Wisconsin and find unbeatable doorbusters like these. Plus, interest-free financing for up to 6 years while they last at Ashley Home Store.
Learning you have cancer is something nobody wants to hear, especially now during a pandemic when all doctors' trips and treatments are done so differently. Join us Saturday morning at 5 and 8 as we share several ways you can help local cancer patients right now.
Temperatures have been a little chilly for the last few days, and we are going to stay below average with our afternoon highs landing in the 40s, some days only in the upper 30s, and our overnight lows dropping below freezing. For Saturday, we'll stay dry, but by Sunday, some showers will develop, and those showers will mix with some light snow at times late on Sunday and into Monday morning. Right now, our Doppler track is quite dry, though. That was good news for the game. We're looking at a cloudy sky for the next few hours as our breeze is now coming from the northwest. It's a little cool outside, but all of those rain chances are now moving off to the east with some showers and thunderstorms moving through Ohio right now. For us, our skies steadily becoming partly cloudy overnight. For early Saturday morning, it seems likely that we're going to have patchy fog for much of the area. It doesn't look like it should be too dense at this time, and that's only early in the day. Through the morning, that clears out. In the afternoon, we'll have variably cloudy skies with high temperatures close to 40 degrees. And reminder, this time of year, we should be in the mid-50s for afternoon highs. Cloudy Saturday night into Sunday with a slight chance for an isolated drizzle spot, and then a better opportunity for those light rain showers and light snow showers to develop later Sunday afternoon. Starting along the western edge of the state first towards La Crosse, that light snow will continue to move east, likely mixing with rain at times. Notice our temperatures at the ground, though, will be in the mid to upper 30s. So if anything does accumulate, some light sticking around the grassy areas or the edge of our roadways, likely not going to see much in the way of accumulation throughout Sunday and into Monday morning. That light snow ends early Monday, and throughout the afternoon on Monday, we'll get a little bit of clearing before we become partly sunny for the rest of the week. Again, overall accumulation well under 1/10 of an inch. It's just going to be a little drizzly outside for us through Sunday afternoon. Our temperature trend, quite likely that we're going to stay below average for the next 6 to 10 days, 8 to 14 days. Not really swinging one way or the other with the warmer trend well off to the west. Tomorrow, 40 for afternoon highs with a chance for some fog early in the day. Otherwise, variably cloudy and just chilly outside, about 15 degrees below average and a little cooler than where we were at today. So we'll be close to 40 on Saturday, on Sunday in the upper 30s, and we stay in the upper 30s for the start of the week. We'll watch that rain come to an end for Monday, and then we're back to our partly sunny skies. That continues on for the rest of the work week with high temperatures in the 40s and our overnight lows dropping below freezing. So each night we're looking at chilly starts to our days. As we look ahead to Halloween, partly sunny and dry, likely for a Halloween weekend. Temperatures in the afternoon will be in the mid to upper 40s, but if you're trying to do anything Halloween-y at home or just trying to hang out in the backyard, you know that temperatures later in the evening will start to drop quite a bit with that clearer sky after we see the sunset. So temperatures in the evening will be in the upper 30s. A chilly end to October, but it is going to be a dry end to the month. That's a quick look at our forecast.
Illinois definitely deserved a butt whooping from last year. So, and I feel like jumping right into conference games keeps us on our toes.
That was Nakia Watson back in early October, and it's safe to say the Badgers haven't forgot about the last year's loss to the Illini. But this year, It's all about Graham Mertz. The redshirt freshman was making his first career start at UW, and the expectations were sky high. I'd say he lived up to the hype. No Badger has ever thrown for 4 touchdowns in his starting debut. Graham Mertz threw for 4 touchdowns in the first half, including 2 to Jake Ferguson. And then check out this Kansas Cannon dime to Danny Davis. 53 yards on a rope. Mertz completed 17 straight to start the game. That tied a school record, and so did his 5 touchdown passes. Mertz Mania's real. Badgers start 2020 with a 45-7 win. The Packers' injury report just got a little longer. Today, Aaron Jones didn't practice and is questionable for Sunday's game against the Texans with a calf injury. Now, the injury happened on Thursday, so there's not a lot of time for him to work it out. But Jones says he's going to be ready to play, while Matt LaFleur is like, hey, we're still about that next man up mentality.
The standards and the expectations, they never change. So guys got to be ready to go and fill that role.
I feel like I'm confident I can play, but I know our trainers and doctors have the players' best interest in mind. So I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure I can get out on the field, but it's up to the team doctors.
With the series tied at 1, the World Series has now shifted to a best-of-5. Game 3 underway right now, actually almost done. In the 9th, the Dodgers lead 6-1. And still to come, week 5 of the high school season is a rivalry week in Lake Mills, where the L-Cats or the Warriors claim city bragging rights. That's next after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
If you elect me, your taxes are going to be raised, not cut.
What does that mean for you? Household incomes down $6,500 a year. Higher gas prices at the pump and utility bills at home.
And here's how it works. I'm going to raise taxes.
Small businesses pay more. 5 million jobs lost.
You're going to get a tax raise.
An economy in ruins. That's what Joe Biden's tax increase means for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
He's our independent voice who answers to no one but us, Todd Novak. Todd Novak is working across the aisle, passing the bipartisan COVID-19 relief bill, helping hospitals and communities get the resources needed to fight the coronavirus. Todd Novak is helping families, small businesses, and farmers as we work to rebuild the economy safely. And Todd Novak led the bipartisan effort to make sure our water is clean and safe for future generations. Our voice, Todd Novak for State Assembly.
We drive everywhere to help our son reach his dream of becoming an elite swimmer. So we enrolled in the Know Your Drive program with American Family Insurance. It gives us discounts for safe driving and other benefits, like emergency roadside service, which comes in handy, no matter where his dreams take him. With Know Your Drive, save up to 20% and get closer to your dreams. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
News 3 Now and Channel 3000 put top stories and breaking news at your fingertips. Video alerts and forecasts, simple and fast. Download the Channel 3000 app today.
Democrats enabled riots across America, even in small towns.
So we just have officers that can only monitor it. They can't do anything about it, but they're actually standing to get
out of here, okay?
Ma'am, are they actually sitting on or standing on your car right now?
My car! And I got a little girl in the car crying. Are you kidding me? This is insane.
Let the police do their jobs. On November 3rd, vote Trump. Restoration PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
During the Steinhoffels Employee Family Price Sale, everyone is invited to...
I'm off at 3 o'clock.
Stop on in.
I remember you from 5th grade, Miss Jones.
Well, then it'll be nice to catch up again. And you.
Steinhafels Employee Family Price Sale. Save 40% store-wide on the largest selection of in-stock furniture at the guaranteed lowest price.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
Lake Mills and Lakeside Lutheran are separated by a half a mile, but it feels closer than that. When they're both playing on their home fields, you can hear each other's crowd cheering. Tonight, the two met on the same field with city bragging rights on the line. They've split the last 8 meetings. This one was scoreless in the first, but the Warriors were on the move. Nathan Chesterman just runs over a dude, and that has Lakeside Lutheran knocking on the door. And Ian Olszewski busts it wide open to give the Warriors a 7-0 lead. Now the Outcats going to answer right back. Adam Moen sets his feet and chucks it deep to Jackson Redrum. 34 yards on the score. Game tied at 7. Now the game would go to overtime, and thanks to a blocked field goal, Lakeside Lutheran wins the Slider Bowl 24-21. It's a rematch of Week 1 between Baraboo and Sauk Prairie, and because Flambeau Field was pretty wet tonight, they moved the game to Sauk Prairie, and it was the same result from September 25th. Thunderbirds get a 35-0 win, and Edgewood went on the road again tonight. They come from behind and get a 16-15 win. Last week, Lancaster bounced back in a big way after losing their first game with a 51-6 win, while Darlington finally got back out on the field, but the Redbirds lost in their first game since September. Now, it's always a fun time when these two teams meet. Redbirds already up 6-0 in the first. Braden Davis with the short pass to Caden Rankin, and Rankin's going to dive in for his second touchdown of the quarter. That puts Darlington up 12-zip. But Rankin doesn't only play offense, he's catching passes on defense too. The senior picks off the pass, and he's thinking he's got reservations for 6. But then he's like, oh, I'll decide, and I'm going to let someone else find the end zone. And his quarterback would thank him. A couple plays later, Davis calls his own number. Redbirds get the win 30-13. Marshall, they're 5-0 with a 21-6 win over Partyville. Highlands stayed perfect too at Pecatonica with a 35-8 win. We'll be right back.
Menards has the floor you're looking for. We carry more than 200 styles of flooring options in stock. Carpet from Shaw gives your floors a luxurious look and feel. Right now, all Shaw carpet is 11% off. And if tile is what you're looking for, check out all the porcelain and ceramic tile from Mohawk. For floors, walls, or mosaic tile, get 11% off all Mohawk tile. Save with 11% off everything at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Real customers are experiencing a real difference with Spectrum Internet and TV.
The speed is insane. It's always right there. Just boom.
It was easy to connect all of my devices, and I was able to find a plan that was affordable for me.
I'm saving money, and I'm even getting more speed.
Get the speed you need to do all the things you love on all your devices with Spectrum Internet, delivering the fastest starting speeds for the price. 200 megabits. Switch now for $44.99 a month. Call 833-918-4499.
With Spectrum TV, the picture quality is incredible. I feel like I'm in the movie.
The amount of stuff available on Spectrum On Demand is just never ending.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go. All from $44.99 a month. Call 833-918-4499.
Spectrum gives me the best deal no matter what.
Every day I'm saving money.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Ask about our easy self-install options to install your new services yourself. Call 833-918-4499.
Things can change in a heartbeat. I know. My wife and 3 children were Christmas shopping. Tractor trailer killed my wife and killed my daughter. I was probably the only senator ever sworn in a hospital because I didn't want to leave my sons.
For Joe Biden, health care access is personal. And in coronavirus's wake, we need Joe's plan. Double the number of testing sites, free vaccines, save and extend Obamacare. A real plan and the resilience to lead the way. FF PAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
The Social Security Administration just released a report saying that if a plan like the one Trump is proposing goes into effect, the Social Security Trust Fund would be, and I quote, permanently depleted by the middle of calendar year 2023. Put it plainly, Trump's plan would wipe out Social Security. If I'm your president, we're going to protect Social Security and Medicare. You have my word. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Because of this, we built Escape with Ford Copilot 360. Because of this, we built Ford Edge with intelligent all-wheel drive. Because of this, we built Ford EcoSport to give you traction when and where you need it. And because Ford SUVs are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Choose FlexBuy and get Escape with 0 for 66 financing, plus $1,500 cash and $1,000 retail trade assist.
Before you make plans, download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Well, let's go to Dana. One final check of our weekend forecast.
Variably cloudy skies for tomorrow and some light rain and snow on Sunday, but the general trend of our 10-day forecast is how chilly it's going to be outside. Afternoon high temperatures will be well below average. Overnight low temperatures every night dropping below freezing. With that light rain chance on Sunday, it won't lead to much accumulation, but we will likely see quite a bit of some snowflakes swirling around in the sky late Sunday and into Monday morning. That rain and snow comes to an end early Monday. In the afternoon, high temperatures will be in the upper 30s, overnight lows back to the 20s. And then the rest of the week will include partly sunny skies. That continues into Halloween Saturday. High temperatures in the afternoon will be in the upper 40s, but after the sun sets in the evening, overnight or evening temperatures will be in the upper 30s. So very chilly outside. If your Halloween plans do take you outside, staying safe, of course, as we look ahead to Saturday.
All right, Dana, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, be well, and have a great weekend.